Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you guys are doing super well today. So, we are in full moon in Aquarius. Now, this is the first of two back-to-back full moons in Aquarius. Next month, we have a full moon in Aquarius as well. So, this is the beginning of, despite it being a full moon, because we're having two back-to-back, this spells the first wave of this beautiful full moon Aquarius energy. Next month it will be a double whammy of it because it's the second one. So starting how we mean to go on, we would be sensible, if that's the right word to use, to really use this energy to the highest degree and to kind of store it in a way so that we can pick up where we left off next month. So full moon, as we all know, full moon is the ending. It's the end of a cycle. It's the completion. It's the fruition. It's the result. And Aquarius is an air sign. Aquarius is rebellious and ambitious, very imaginative and dreamy in that respect. Aquarius likes to dream up a good life for themselves and then put a plan into action. That's where the ambition comes in. And is quite rebellious too. Aquarius as an energy is very rebellious in nature in that doesn't really like to follow the rules, likes to forge its own way. So with all of that in mind, let's start the read, shall we, and see how this energy is going to be affecting us over the next week or two. Let's have a look. So we're going to make this sort of an unstructured reading. We're just going to pull cards and see what's up. So we're going to start with Moonology, if it's going to work with me. Yes, it is. Okay, so we have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Okay, so I can understand why it's telling us to expect powerful change. I'm getting a download. Because Aquarius, given the nature of Aquarius, all the things I just said, very ambitious, rebellious, a bit dreamy, wants to forge its own path. This is kind of, I feel like there's two things going on, I feel like this is, we're witnessing, this is starting to make so much sense to me now, because this is a full moon. We're witnessing the end of an energetic phase, right? This is the end of an energetic phase. And I'm just trying to figure out how to articulate this. This is the end of a phase. However, Aquarius energy brings a very new quality to it, and it's interesting that we're seeing a new moon eclipse here. Let's just put down the fact that it's an eclipse card, but it's a new moon, right? Aquarius questions things, right? So this energy has a very questioning authority kind of quality to it, and I feel that that's really lending itself because we are moving into a more action orientated kind of energy. Things are shifting out and changing. There's so many things I feel that I can talk about here, and I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet, but generally speaking, we are in we are in action-orientated energy. We have been since the Great Conjunction, December 21st of last year. This will carry us through to around October time. We have, I'm not trying to bombard you here, but I'm just going to sort of try and bullet point this stuff, because I've talked about this, all of this stuff in great length in their own respective videos. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe you're new to the channel, by all means subscribe, and you know, have a little look through the collective readings playlist, and familiarize yourself with all of this stuff. I'm sorry for all the banging, by the way. I've got builders climbing around all over my house right now. And I've closed all the windows and the doors, and I can still hear them banging like crazy. Also, apologies, it's 32 degrees centigrade right now, and like, my sweat has sweat. So I have a fan pointed at me, and I'm sorry if that's interfering with the mic. But you know, we just we try and work with what we have, right? So yeah, do go and familiarize yourself with this stuff, because there's so many things going on right now, and they're all contributing factors to our day-to-day. So like I say, bullet point 1, right? We are in an action-orientated energy right now, which is going on for a handful of months, from the end of December last year through to October 2021 with this year. And by action-orientated, I mean it's you know, there's lots of stuff going on in our physical reality. We're actually taking the proverbial bull by the horns, and we're making these changes because we're fed up, right? We're fed up with how things have been, and I'm not talking about the big C word that's been affecting everybody for the last couple of years, although that is a side effect of the energies that have been that we've been presented with. But you know, with the okay, bullet point 2, also when the Great Conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter happened December 21st last year, same day as the winter solstice, it all happened on one day. The divine masculine and divine feminine collectives did a flip-flop, and the feminines have been leading the masculines for the last 2,000 years. Well, that changed last year, and spelled the official start of the age of Aquarius. We have full moon in Aquarius today, so you see how everything's all interlinked and intertwined. Also, right now we have 4 planets that are in retrograde. 3 of them are, I've done videos for all 4 of them, so do go and watch those. It will shed a lot of light on why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, why you're compelled to do certain things within your physical space, within your relationships, within your career, etc. We are being so heavily affected by these planets. 3 of them are in retrograde until October. They all finish in October, and one of them, which is Neptune, is currently retrograding in its home sign of Pisces. So it's a quadruple whammy of very dreamy. I mean, have you guys been having very vivid dreams? That's Neptune. Is your intuition off the chart? That's Neptune in retrograde in Pisces, because it's in its home sign. It's going to be in retrograde until December. So there's all kinds of things going on that are affecting us in a very profound way, and everything is so intertwined, and there's a grander plan at play here, right? What I will just very quickly point out before I move on is that these 3 planets that are in retrograde, Pluto, Saturn and Jupiter, all in retrograde, are in retrograde until October, and this energetic phase also ends in October. We will do readings and things to see what's going to happen beyond that. I mean, I can see beyond that as a reader, as a energy worker, whatever you want to call me. I can see through until around April of next year. So I can tell you that although we will cross these bridges as we come to them, right now we're focusing on between now and October, because this is where the magic happens. But you know, what I will tell you is, after this energetic phase ends in October and the new one starts, until around April of next year, we will be in a much slower kind of pace of life, right? This is, like I say, this is where the magic happens right now. This is where we're really digging deep and figuring out what we want, and we're laying in the groundwork in the physical reality as well as within ourselves. We're going to have respite, right, from all of this crazy energy when those 3 planets come out of retrograde. Someone's just put a ladder up against my window. So I'm just going to go and close the blind real quick. Oh, just bear with me. Okay, I'm really sorry about that, because I closed the blind. Now we lost our light, so I've put a lamp on, so now there's crazy shadow puppets going on. So I'm sorry about that. We'll just have to... I said it just a minute ago, didn't I? I said we're going to have to make do with what we have. I'm really sorry about the banging. I don't know what they're doing out there. But they have been climbing around all over my house all morning. They woke me up at God knows what time this morning doing it, and they're still continuing now. So what was I saying? Right, so all of this has, you know, there's something so much bigger at play here. It's easy for us to get kind of blinkered and hyper-focused on what's currently going on under our noses, but as I'm able to see through until April-ish of next year, and I've known for some time that next year, 2022, to the divine number for change in the physical reality, there's going to be a lot of changes going on in 2022. There's a lot of changes going on in 2021. There's been a lot of changes in 2020 and in 2019 from really 2017, but you know, with the changes are a lot more significant this year and next year, certainly next year, because what we're doing is we are laying in a foundation for our perfect lives. The Great Conjunction spelled the beginning of the age of Aquarius. This was last year. And we needed to be moved into an energetic state of just basically being fed up and calling in this change. We as a collective called in this change, and we were ready for it. So I'm trying not to sort of ramble about this stuff. I mean, I talk about this in more of a discussion kind of format on Twitch, so if you're interested in this kind of stuff and this is new information to you, links in the description below if you want to come and join us on Twitch and you know, join in the discussion about this weird and wonderful stuff. And I'm trying so hard to kind of stick to the point here, and that is that this powerful change here that we can expect with this this full moon in Aquarius right now, there are much bigger things at play. We are building our perfect lives. We're doing that through lots of purge. We've all been purging since you know, December last year. Since the beginning of this year, we've been purging people, stuff, and things. You know, go and check out the Twin Flame Tuesday readings, because we're seeing a lot of purge when it comes to the Twin Flame collectives, the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine collectives. So what's happening right now, today, and over the next handful of days, is there is the old phase closing out. Let's call it like a mini energetic phase, right? To save becoming confused, because we are in overall we're in one energetic phase, which is between December and October of this year, as I keep banging on about. Within that, we're still experiencing ebbs and flows of energy, right? There's still ebbs where not much is going on, and we kind of go within ourselves, and we have lots of thinking time and taking stock. And then we have flow time, where things just naturally move forward, things change and progress within the physical space. The work that we've done during the ebb flow within ourselves becomes reflected outside of ourselves, into the physical reality. So we're seeing that happening here, right? We've been in a little mini state of ebb over the last month, roughly, and now we're seeing that coming to an end. I've been talking about that coming to an end for some time, and lo and behold, it's actually happening now. So I know this is a little confusing because we have a full moon in Aquarius, right? So a full moon should be the end of something, and then Aquarius should accompany that. But what I'm actually seeing is a little bit of both going on there. Aquarius kind of represents the beginning of the next flow phase, especially as next month is a full moon in Aquarius. So I'm just going to chance it. I don't know. I'll see as the energy unfolds. Because obviously I'm not above all of this looking down. I don't necessarily have a bird's eye kind of map view of energy, because I am also part of the collective. So I'm experiencing in my own life and in my own realm the effects and the results, of this energy too. So I don't always have a completely non-biased objective view of things, because I'm also having my own human journey, so I try and separate myself somewhat during readings, but there's only so far that I can, only so much information that I can give, because there's only so far that I can see, which in this particular case is until April of next year. So April-ish of next year. So let's say, like I said, right, I'm going to chance it and say that for the next month, so between these two full moons, we're going to be in a more flow state, which is Aquarius based, right? We do have a new moon obviously in between. I'm just going to check my calendar. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I should have checked this before we started, but we have a new moon in between, in the beginning of August in Leo. How wonderful is that? So we've got beautiful Leo sandwiched between two Aquarian full moons. So obviously we will do a reading for new moon in Leo nearer the time, if you want access to that video 24 hours before the actual lunar event. Then come and join the Cosmic Clan in the Discord. All of the links are down below. If you wanted to come and join Cosmic Clan to gain access to all of my YouTube content 24 hours before it goes public, come and join Patreon. And the Cosmic Clan is in Discord. Sorry if that's a little bit confusing. Patreon is where you want to go. Anyway, so we will be doing a reading for that, nearer the time. So let's pull some more cards, but I hope that all of that makes sense. I know I've just been talking at you for 20 minutes about all of this stuff, but I think it's pretty important to at least acknowledge, that we have planets in retrograde that are affecting us, that we're, the current energetic phase that we're in is also relevant. The Great Conjunction, spelling the beginning of the age of Aquarius back in December, so relevant, right? Really, really relevant. All of it is, right? So I know it's a lot of information, it's a lot to take in, and maybe it's fresh information to some of you, but I've done readings for all of this stuff, so check those out. And Google it, see what other people have had. So don't just listen to me. Go and have a look at what other people are saying about this stuff, and make up your own mind as to what it means for you. Right? I always say this. You don't want to just stick with one reader. Go and check out what other people are saying, because I'm certainly not the world's leading authority on this stuff. You know, there's all sorts of people out there who have their own take on it. Go and see what they have to say as well. Make up your own mind. So let's see then. I feel that in a way this reading is not just for the this week, because obviously this full moon Aquarian energy is going to dissipate, and then new moon in Leo energy will start to take over. Yeah, I've just turned this deck over and that's staring me in the face. But we've, you know, I feel that this Aquarian energy is kind of blanket energy for the next month, because we're in it, then we're in Leo, then we're back in it again. So I feel in a way this reading is actually for between now and the next full moon. I'm not discounting the new moon in Leo, because that's definitely going to have its say halfway through. But you know, like I say, we will do a reading for that nearer the time. Okay, so we have Gaia nurturing. So yeah, we're nurturing, because it's Aquarius, we're nurturing a dream into reality. We're nurturing a dream into being a goal. This is one of Aquarian's superpowers. Aquarius can take a dream and turn it into a practical plan, turn it into a practical goal. Unlike some of the other signs who... Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about the noise. I don't know what the hell they're doing out there. This was the wrong day to do a reading, wasn't it? Unlike some of the other signs that, you know, may have goals, may have dreams and dream about things, but they don't necessarily know how to migrate that into a practical plan or a goal. So it stays a dream, you know, and those are people who generally say, oh, I have this dream, right? Instead of saying, I have this goal. There is a huge difference between a dream and a goal. And, you know, Aquarius has a way, being an air sign too, has a natural born talent for dreaming up something incredible and then bringing it into reality through practicality. So this is what we're seeing, right? We're seeing this Aquarian energy really influencing the entire collective, helping us to end a cycle out. I'm going to switch these over actually, because then it's a little bit like past, present, future. To helping us to end the previous cycle, and you know, we can expect this powerful change, nurturing a dream into a goal. So let's see what gosh, it's so difficult to channel when there's all that, excuse my French, but bullshit going on outside. Christ. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, let's see what we have, you know, perhaps to work on. Is there anything that we need to be doing actively to help us use this energy to the highest degree? This deck's going to work with me, that would be fantastic. It's very jumpy, it keeps giving me 4 or 5 cards at a time, but I only want 1 or 2 perhaps, please. I just had the Eagle King jump out at me, which is the Divine trying to be funny about the fact that it has a lot to say. Okay, thank you. Alright, so we have Gaia's Garden. So we've got confirmation here because we've got Gaia nurturing, and then we've got Gaia's Garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. So yes, we are definitely in flow state energy. This is also confirmation of that. I've been talking about this for a number of weeks now, as I said a minute ago. I've been talking about us being in more of an ebb state, this is definitely spelling the beginning of being in a flow state. So for those of you who have been following my readings, you know, week on week or as and when they're coming out, then here we go, right? Rest assured, we are now in flow state. This is the time for all the stuff that you've been thinking about doing, do it. This is the time to do it. I have been saying over the last few weeks, hey, you know, if you're thinking about this and that and the other, don't do it yet. All right, it's not time. Wait until we're in flow state, and then energy can help us with it, and then it means that we'll be a lot more successful in our efforts. Now is that time. Okay, so I'm waving the green flag, right? Okay, it's time to go on all of this stuff. You've been thinking about starting a new job. You've been thinking about starting, you know, studying maybe for a degree or a diploma or something. You've been thinking about asking that girl out on a date. You've been thinking about applying for that job. I think I already said that. You've been thinking about quitting your job, right? You've been thinking about making some kind of change. Now is the time to start taking action on that. You've had plenty of time to think about it. Now is the time to take action. Aquarius energy is so ambitious and so positive, you know, minded, right? Positive, orientated. I don't know what the right word is. I'm trying to think of here. This is absolutely going to carry us through on these things that we that we want to take action on. And I'm going to bring your attention back to this card here. So this expect powerful change. These aren't going to be small gradual changes that, you know, maybe they are to you in the moment, right? Because you're making their baby steps. They're not leaps and bounds, but in the long run they're going to be leaps and bounds because of where we're at right now energetically, in regards to the long term. It's 2021. This is a year of laying out the foundation for us living our perfect ideal lives. All of these small decisions that you're making are adding up to the greater goal. You may or may not be consciously aware of this. Would help if you were consciously aware of it, of course, because then you can be making more smart decisions in the day-to-day. But regardless, whether you're aware or not, you are moving towards something much bigger. And next year we're going to really see, let's say, stage 1 complete of our game plan, and we're going to start living our ideal realities next year. It's not going to be the dream 100% fulfilled because that's going to take time, but we are at least going to start living the lifestyle, the career, whatever, you know. We're our chess pieces are going to be all in the right places to take the king. So I hope that I'll start that sentence again. I hope all of that makes sense to you. I'm going to draw another couple of cards and then we'll wrap this up, because I feel that a majority of the information that we need has already been channeled at this point. So, oh, hello. Okay, so we have a load of fire cards here. We've got authenticity. The deck just exploded. We've got authenticity, and we have focus. Yeah, we've got destiny. Beautiful. Oh gosh, they're all here. We've got transformation. We've got revelation. We've got unconditional love. We've got communicate. There's all of them are here. All of them are here for the party. And interestingly, we've got a little bit of water there to quench that fire. We've got healing. So the whole deck just exploded on me. Yeah. So I think that's probably it, right? We've got some healing in there, which is it should really go with Guy's Garden, but I like symmetry, so the healing there, guys, garden, the fruition, the abundance, the nurturing. We're being healed through all of this fire. There's a lot of phoenix energy going on here, being reborn from our ash. Fire is also very cleansing in itself. You know, fire will cleanse, you know, like natural fires in a forest is the imagery that I'm being shown here. That there'll be a forest fire that will completely decimate a whole section of forest, but it's nature's way of cleansing the soil and the earth so that new growth can come from it. And there are many places on earth where forest fires are required for the forest to grow, which might sound daft, but all my years of studying geography and geology, that's one of the things that I managed to retain from all of those courses, is that, you know, it's there's a word for it and I forget that, but it's, you know, it's necessary. So sometimes we need a lot of fire in our lives to get rid of all of the crap that we no longer need, so that we have a fresh, cleansed, blank slate to build, you know, to rebuild, and rebuild something that suits us better than what was standing before the fire. So right now we're in the middle of the fire, right? So we have this destiny, authenticity, transformation, focus, and then this beautiful healing water energy coming in. So I hope that this reading serves you well. I hope it makes sense to you. Again, you know, if there's a lot of stuff I was talking about that you just like, what the hell is she on about? Go and check out the other readings in the collective readings playlist. I know that the readings are long, but just, you know, chip away at them, right? Because there's a lot of good information there. A lot of very important channeled messages that will really help you to make sense of what the hell is going on. You know, like I said as well, you know, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of you who, I'm not getting at anyone here, but there are a lot of you who watch my readings week on week and aren't subscribed. I get it, you know, you're subscribed to hundreds of channels already, but, you know, one more in the fray isn't going to hurt. And if you're finding these readings useful, then it would be useful to you to subscribe also, as well as helping a girl out and subscribing. You know, we're almost at 100 subscribers, and you know, I really want to grow the channel because you know, I want to reach as many people as I can, because I know that these readings are helpful to people. So you know, it helps you, it helps me, and it helps the collective as well when you subscribe. The more the merrier, right? So on that note, I will love and leave you guys. The video is at 33 minutes, of course it is. 3, divine number 4, manifestation. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you. I love your faces. Have a wonderful rest of your week. You know, come back and watch this reading again, maybe in a week's time, just to kind of refresh your memory. It will be, I feel like it will be useful to you. To all of us. I'll probably end up watching it myself. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking at you. Have a wonderful week, you guys, and remember that you are important, and you are loved, and you are worthy of receiving everything that you desire. And I will see you guys in the next one.